Uber and Lyft drivers plan 24-hour strike to protest pay. Uber and Lyft drivers in 8 U.S. cities plan to stop taking rides for ride-sharing services on May 8th. That's today. I had to make sure of that because I doubted myself. I was like, let me make sure that is correct. But yes, it is May 8th. Still my morning, folks. The planned work stoppage comes as Uber is preparing for an initial public offering that could value the company at upwards of $100 billion. Drivers for the companies want a minimum wage of $28 an hour, which they say amounts to $17 after gas, tolls, and other expenses. Although Uber's planned initial public offering next month is likely to turn some current and former employees of the ride-sharing service into instant millionaires and billionaires, the biggest IPO in years may do much less for one party, the company's drivers. That's why thousands of Uber drivers in 8 U.S. cities plan to turn off their app for 24 hours on May 8th to protest what they regard as the company's stingy wages. So that's today. That's going on right now. And, all right, I want to run an experiment. So let me see. I actually don't have Uber on my phone, but I do have Lyft. And so let me see. So let's just see how many people are doing that in my area. Let me see how many Lyfts are available. Usually at any given time in my area, there's a lot of Lyfts available. I don't have a number because you just see like all the cars scattered about. But all right, so let's see. Let's see here. So there's not as many as I'm used to seeing. There are not as many Lyfts as I'm used to seeing. Now, it could be the time of day, but there are not as many as I'm used to seeing. So there you go. If you can, try not to get a Lyft or an Uber today. Try to avoid it. I do my best to avoid it when I can all the time. Like, I really do. I try my best for that. It's and that's another topic for another day where we need to really talk out cabs and Lyfts and Uber and kind of, you know, where the kind of gig economy has taken us and, you know, like what it means to have kind of a part-time option in those ride-sharing services. Yeah, that's a topic for a different day. But anyway, getting back to the strike is a good thing. If Lyft and Uber start paying living wages to their drivers, that's huge. Now, if they started paying an hourly, I've never driven for them before, so I don't know exactly how it works. I'm sure some people here can help out, because I'm sure some of you guys in the chat have driven Lyft or Uber before. If they started paying in like an actual hourly, I'm not sure if they do that now. I don't think they do, because you just kind of start driving and stop driving whenever you want. So if they started paying an hourly, I guess there would have to be some kind of mechanism to measure, you know, how many drives somebody is getting, and then having an hourly versus, you know, a percentage of the rides that the driver gets, and then they just get whatever's greater. You know, assuming they're producing the rides or what have you. I know there wouldn't be a scenario where it's not like someone could just turn on the app and then not drive anywhere and then be like, all right, I'm racking in, you know, $28 an hour and I'm just sitting here, I'm gaming the system. Like, they have things in place so that can't happen. So there may need to be anyway, maybe they do an hourly already and I'm just not aware of it. I'm not a driver, so I don't know. But I'm sure getting those mechanisms in place would be easy, so I'm all about Lyft and Uber paying living wages. I think they should. All right, so let's see if there's anything more concerning the strike. In Los Angeles, some 4,200 members of Rideshare Drivers United will stop taking rides for both Uber and Lyft platforms and hold a rally at Los Angeles International Airport. We provide an essential service, but Uber and Lyft investors are the only ones reaping the benefits, said Karam Buami, a Lyft driver who usually works at the airport. So I think it's awesome that Lyft drivers and Uber drivers are uniting. I think that's phenomenal. I think this is a good example of power to the people. I encourage everybody, if you can avoid using Lyft or Uber today, please do so. Hit the company in the pocketbook where it hurts and support the striking riders. You know, If you're in a situation where there's really nothing you can do, you can't avoid it, I'm not going to judge you. I know that, people have places they need to be, and we've kind of been forced into, this type of economy. So, but if you can avoid it, please consider doing so to support these riders who are striking. I myself will be supporting it. I will not be taking a Lyft or an Uber today. I never take an Uber. I don't have Uber, but cool. So that's today. This is breaking. I think it's awesome that these drivers are getting together. I think they deserve living wages. I'm sure it could be easily measured by the company so that it's fair for everyone involved. And that should be the way it is. So I hope they get the $28 an hour. I support the striking drivers. I think I said riders. You know what I meant. Striking drivers. Right on. Solidarity. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news